Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Hope you're feeling healthy and strong and confident this morning. I hope it's a good day for you. I started the day with a cup of tea. I got up quite early this morning again. I really love the summer mornings when the birds are singing and there's a gentle breeze, because in the morning here it's really cool and pleasant. It gets kind of warm during the day. So my mornings now are my walking time and my thinking time. So happy to be here with you. Now, as I said, I'm drinking my green tea. It's actually jasmine tea, and it's one of my favorites. Green tea is supposed to be really good for you, so cheers. Hope you've got a nice cup of tea or coffee or something that you love. And there's so many wonderful things you can put in your body these days to ensure healthy aging. And this is something that has been on my mind, well, really all my life. I've always taken care of my health, but now in my 60s, I'm really conscious that I have to make choices that are good for my body, and say no to things that maybe aren't. That's the other side of the coin. But we've written quite a bit on our website about healthy aging and foods and meals that you can prepare. But also, it's really important, in my opinion, to think about supplements and vitamins that we should include either in our food if we're good and we know where to go for those vitamins and minerals, or in supplements. Now, this is a topic that I'm not going to make any brand recommendations, because there are so many brands out there that everyone has their favorite, and honestly, I can't try all I wouldn't know how to even try all of them to make a comparison. So everything I'm going to chat about today is at a high level, and it's got to do with just the categories of supplements that a nutritionist I spoke with recommended. Now, this is Linda Goldman. She actually has a website. I think it's called Healthy Organic Woman, and it's really very good. She knows what she's talking about, so I trust her judgment. But of course, all these suggestions are just that. Don't consider it any kind of advice or recommendation. We're just going to chat about the things she said you should consider having in your body for more vitality and happiness in your 60s. Yes, even happiness. But no, I think it's true though. If you feel good, you're happier. You just have a sense of well-being. Maybe that's a better way of looking at it. Well-being rather than happiness. Your being is well. So what works? Now, of course, Linda is an expert. So she has in her repertoire a whole lot of recommendations, but here are the 7 that she suggested for us in our 60s. The first one is what she calls magnificent magnesium. Magnesium. Now, I've read a lot about magnesium in the last few months myself, because I've been taking an interest in this as well. And it's one of those things, it's a trace mineral. So you get it in foods, but you don't get it in like foods that have been where the land has been over-processed, because it comes from the earth. So this is one of the challenges with all of these trace minerals like magnesium and copper and I think of a few more, but they're ones that used to be zinc. They used to be in the earth, and now they're not. So it's important to, even if you're eating healthy foods, to perhaps supplement with magnesium. And you can often get magnesium in a combination with calcium. I think that helps the combination helps the consumption. So it's really important that we think about that, even in healthy foods. Now, places to go, I'll just do my notes here. Leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and fish. Avocados and beans, bananas. There's lots of places. So even, drum roll, dark chocolate has magnesium. So there's plenty of places to go for magnesium. It's just be careful that you're getting enough in your diet, and that maybe do some research yourself on magnesium and see what people who spend their lives doing research on these products can advise. First one, magnesium. Second one is Viva Vitamin D. Vitamin D, of course, is what we get when we go out in the sun. And if you live in a place like, in the northern hemisphere, and especially certainly places like here in Switzerland, the sun doesn't come out that much. And if you live in Scotland, I really feel badly for you. I'm just kidding. And in the UK, because I know, it's really hard to go out for your 20 minutes of sunshine. You'd have to kind of stop everything when the sun came out that moment. It doesn't get that sunny. often. So anyway, point is you don't get it in the natural way. And, you know, it really can, it has a relationship to depression and, you know, so if you're living in a cold climate, or if you're spending a lot of time inside, for whatever reason, you know, say you've got a medical issue or some mobility problem, you might really want to consider just taking a little vitamin D supplement. Places to get it: in egg yolk and milk, soy milk, and actually orange juice apparently has a lot of vitamin D in it. I guess that's they call it the sunshine fruit, don't they, in Florida? So anyway, orange juice is good for you too. The next one, number 3, I think this is what she calls important iodine. Now, we get confused, I think, with iodine because it's another one of those minerals that should be in food, but has been sort of through different overproduction or pesticides and using different things to increase the yield. We actually don't have the intensity of iodine. And when you read on your salt package, you know, it's iodized salt. That doesn't mean that it's providing a lot of iodine for you. So she says to consider using sea salt. Of course, if you do that and you've got high blood pressure, you know, be really careful that you don't overdo it. And maybe go to some of the more natural products like kelp or cranberries or organic strawberries even, where you can get an abundance of iodine. But that's another one that you might want to check. I've actually watched a couple of videos on iodine, and some people do claim that it's a very significant thing to add to your diet. So it's worth doing some checking on iodine. Next one is fabulous fish oils. Fish oils are no problem for me because I love fish. I think almost every other night I have fish, and then the rest I have vegetables. I don't eat a lot of meat, but I love fish, and I eat the fish that are good with oils. So I eat sardines, and I eat mackerel, and what's the other one? Oh, salmon, of course. So those are my favorite fish. So I really do try to stay healthy with my fabulous fish oils. But you know, they're an excellent source of healthy omega-3 oils, fatty acids, and these are super good for your immune system. And actually, I'll link you to this article with my interview with Linda, because she does actually talk about research that really shows the relationship between omega-3 fatty acids, fish oils, and a longer life. Now, I never want to make these claims like longevity and food, but apparently this is a mineral or that they really do advise you consider. So that's another one, fabulous fish oils. Another one, I think we're at number 5 now, is probiotics and prebiotics. Now, there's been a lot of conversation about our stomach, that our gut is like our second brain, that it's a super important part of our body, and that we often don't eat enough fiber or get enough of these natural, natural antibiotics in your body. So it's like probiotics are good bacteria, I should say. It's bacteria that's in your stomach naturally, and it gets wiped out when you do certain things, eat certain things, and when you, for example, take antibiotics. That can really drain your body of natural good bacteria. So these probiotics and prebiotics are just different forms of putting natural bacteria back into your stomach. And of course, your doctor might recommend yogurt or some other products that have naturally got these bacteria in them naturally. But it's worth, if you're having challenges with your stomach, not good digestion, or you just have other issues with constipation, it might be worth taking a look at a probiotic and see whether it might help you. Again, Linda and I talk about this in the interview, so you might want to take a listen and see what she says. So that's something that, and you can take it like a capsule, and you can also take it in something called kefir, Kefir. I've actually made kefir. You can make it like yogurt from a starter, and it's super, super packed with bacteria, good bacteria for your stomach. So you can take a little capsule, or you can make it. And I'm sure other people have got some suggestions that you'd like to make. And please, by the way, feel free. As I'm talking, just please leave your comments below, share your experiences, and that's kind of the fun of doing these talks, is I'm not giving them alone. You're in this with me. And if you've got an idea, don't hesitate to share. One other thing that she mentions is about going gluten-free. Now, this has become a big trend, and I'm of two minds about it myself personally. Now, I have cut back on bread because I do like a cheese sandwich, and I just do like bread. But I have tried gluten-free bread and found that it is a little easier on my stomach. That's just my own personal experience. But as Linda points out, most people can tolerate gluten. If you have a gluten, if you have an exception, if you have a gluten intolerance. So, but having said that, some people swear by switching to gluten-free products and feel that it helps their bodies, and it's obviously a personal choice. But I think this is a really, really good one to check out. You can go to the doctor and get some advice on this if you need to, but going gluten-free is another healthy aging idea to explore. And then finally, the last thing that Linda talks about in terms of healthy supplements for your body is to look at overlooking oil. So sorry, stop overlooking oil. So look at fatty foods that we say, oh, that's too fatty, or I don't want to eat that, that's too many calories, that they're good for you. And that there are some oils that are really, really helpful. So for example, coconut oil. One of my favorites for everything is if you fry low heat frying with coconut oil is good. So I cook my fish sometimes in coconut oil, or if you're making some, a little omelet or something, you want some oil, you go ahead and use coconut oil. It burns at a higher temperature, so it's good to use. It's also plants like avocado, which are really, really healthy. Those are fatty, of course, and they are higher in calories, but they're super good for you. So there are some foods that have a high oil content. It's still okay to eat them. And it goes back to like the story that we always share, which is, everything in moderation. I mean, even if you want to have a drink now and again, or even every night, just moderation, a small glass. It's just a matter of looking at the avocado, knowing it's good for you, and not eating the whole thing, but cutting it in half and having just a small plate of food. So those are some things I hope have been useful. Of course, as we get older, we just make our own decisions, and we know our bodies. This is important. So don't do anything that you feel is not good for you. But those were just some ideas that hopefully will help to shape some healthy aging habits, which are good for us in any age, but as we get older for sure. So I hope that's been useful. I hope you've gotten some ideas and probably stimulated some thoughts that you might like to share with us. So just pop them in the comment section below, and talk to each other and share ideas and have a conversation. It's why we do this. This is to share that we're on this journey of this beautiful journey of aging together. So, hope that you're doing great. I'd like to ask you actually a question. What are your favorite healthy foods? What foods do you love to eat that you consider healthy? Let's do some sharing. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. Have a wonderful, healthy day, and I'll see you all back here again soon. Take very good care. Bye-bye for now.